This is my resume from before, and this is my resume after doing some updates. I watched so many YouTube videos and I read so many articles on Medium about UX design resume tips and the common mistakes that usually UX UI designers make during creating their first resume or in general their UX resume, and I realized that I'm also making some mistakes for the resume content, the structure, and the design. So in this video, I'm gonna share with you what I learned and also like how you can improve your UX design resume and how you can optimize it so that you can stand out. And in the end of the video, I also have a bonus tip. So keep watching and let's optimize your resume. Your resume is the first impression that hiring managers are gonna get from your application. And the harsh reality is that, guys, they are receiving hundreds of resumes, and when they go through them, they only take about 5 or 6 seconds for each resume. And that's why people are struggling to get a new job in the UX industry. Everything depends on only your resume at the first place. The first mistake is over-designing using progress bars. As you may know, most of the companies, especially big companies, will pre-scan your resume before going manually through them. They use application tracking systems to just eliminate most of the candidates at the first place. So that's why you shouldn't use progress bars, because the tracking system applications won't take them and they are too much and they're so distracting. When you design your resume, think about the user experience of your resume. Just apply whatever you learned from your UX courses into your resume. For example, keep it very organized and readable. Use sections and headings in bold styles or italics. So for example, for my own resume, for the most important information, I use bold styles for my job descriptions. And also it helps your resume to be more readable. By having sections for each category, you can make the structure more organized and you can make the content more structured. Most of the employers, before they give more attention to details of your resume, before that they just skim your resume. Their eyes will just go through these sections. So you need to highlight your best qualifications and make them easy to find. For example, I also have sections for my education, experience, skills, certificates, and also just have a simplified design and layout. Avoid hectic and too many colors, use maximum 2 colors, and also leave some breathing space. Have white space throughout your resume and just be generous with the space. It will make your resume very easier to skim for the recruiters. Keep your spacing consistent and have the relevant information close to each other. Pay attention to the alignment of your columns, of your typography, paragraphs, and in general your whole resume alignment. It's important to keep your resume clean and professional. And make sure the font that you're using is very professional and it's easy to read. Don't use scripted or handwritten font styles. Try not to be so creative and have some space for being professional and make your words more legible. For my own resume, there was a font pack on Adobe Fonts that I use. It has sans serif font styles that are easier to read and very clean. The second mistake is having boring descriptions. You need to keep your descriptions short but not too general. For example, writing I was a visual designer or I've been creating prototypes in this role is just so boring, because it is obvious that your responsibility is like creating visual designs as a UX UI designer. Just talk about your impact in the company that you've worked for. That's more interesting, and that can help you to just stand out and just show that you had a positive effect on the business and the project that you've worked for as a UX designer. For your impact, combine it with the action verb. You can get so many action verbs from Google. You can also combine your impact with a number. For example, I related a number to my impact for increasing sales conversions for my own projects. Use percentage numbers or use timing numbers. Emphasize on your leadership and your technical skills with some power verbs. And highlight your soft skills, because as a UX designers, you need to have collaboration skills as well. We have so many meetings. Another thing is that you need to remove all the experiences that are irrelevant to user experience. For example, the things from your high school or from college. For example, I've been a co-founder for a creative design agency and I worked as a freelancer, but I removed my title as a co-founder because it's very irrelevant. I know I can position myself as a leader, but it's very different from who's expected to have design and problem solving skills. So keep in mind that as well. My next point is about creating resume in Figma versus creating it in Google Docs or Word. A lot of UX UI people tend to create their resumes in Figma. But if you want to be safe, you need to create your resume in Google Docs or Microsoft Word document, because those PDFs are best scannable by application tracking systems that I just mentioned earlier. I bought a resume template from Rachel, who creates UX content videos as well, and I just created my resume in Figma myself, but I might move everything that I created in Google Docs. The bonus tip that I promised you is about personalizing your resume. Personalizing your resume for every job application is so time consuming, but it can improve your chances to get the job, because many employers prioritize those resumes that have same keywords as the job description and also that are personalized to the position. So just go through the job description and just highlight the skills that are required and focus on the projects that are relevant to that position and just make your descriptions about them. Emphasize the qualifications that are relevant to the job posting that would best appeal to the hiring managers. It's completely worth it, but it's very time consuming, but I'm gonna do that. Thank you so much guys for watching this video until the end. My name is Nushin and I create UX design content, tutorials, design process, and UX career tips. So don't forget to subscribe, and if you enjoyed this video, please like this video so that I know it was helpful. I hope you create the perfect resume for your job applications. See you in the next video. Bye!